In this video, I will show you how to create a Laravel 12 resources and resource collection. So we will create a table with dummy data, that is fake data using database seeding, and we will populate the database. And then we will create an API endpoint to call this resource and resource collection. So let's get started. And if I go to my code, you can see I have a project set up over here that is Laravel 12 using Docker. So I'm running this on Docker containers. So I will provide the link into the comment. So I will pin a comment. So you can go to this link and see how I set up this project using Docker. So now here what we will do is you can see my three containers are running and I will go to Laravel app. I will go to execute part over here. And now let's create a resource file. Well, let's create a model with factories and a migration file. So let's do that first. Okay, so I'm going to run this command over here. So you can use your git bash or cmd or shell to run the commands, and here I'm running this command, and if I press enter, so now I will get three files created. That is a model file, then a factory file and a migration file. So you can see that the three files have been created. That is the post.php, postfactory.php, and the migration file. Okay, so now let's design a schema into the migration file. Okay, so let's go to the migrations. Okay, if I go to uh if I cannot find it, so there it will be into the so it will be in the database folder, the migrations, and you can see that we have a migration over here. So let's update this. So I want this data over here. So this will be my columns. So I will save this. Okay, and next, what I will do, you can see that if I open factories over here, so you can see that a post factory has been created over here. So now we need to update this post factory. So let's update it and let's put some records over here. Okay, and and I will put this over here so it does not go the error. Wait, my insert is on. So, okay, so now I will put the spacing and also we have to include that. So let's include this on top for the slug. Okay, so we do not have any error here now. And okay, so next what we need to do is we need to migrate this first. Okay, we have to run the migration and then do the database seeding. So let's go here and say PHP JSON migrate. Okay, so once we type this, so it should migrate a new table. Okay, so if I go to my local host, okay, this is my DB, and you can see there is no post table yet. But once I run this, so once this is executed, new table will be created. So you can see the migrations have ran successfully, and now if I reload the app.db, so a post table has been created. Okay, now next we what need to do is we need to populate this database as there are no entries. So let's do that. Okay, before that we also need to go to the database seeding. Before running the command, let's go to databases. Okay, seeders, and then let's go to database seeder, and you can see I've already created it like this. So create just want 10 records over here. Okay, so let's keep it same and let me use this. Okay, so I included the model. Okay, now let's save this and let's run this. Okay, let's run this command over here now to populate the database table of posts. So if I go to, you can see that the database seeding has been done. And now if I go and refresh this table, you can see that the 10 entries have been added over here. Okay, so we have successfully populated the database. Now let's go and create the resource files. Okay, I'm running this command to create a resource file. Okay, this will create me a post resource. You can see that the resource file has been created, and now if I go to my, if I go, if I scroll on top and under resources, you can see the post resource over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this with this. So I'm going to return this array. Okay, so this is the format how it is going to return the JSON file, JSON response. Okay, in this format. So I have used this. So now what we will do is let's create one controller. So we can call this resource using a controller. So I'm going to create a post controller. Okay, and so our controller has been created. So let's go to the controller now. That is the post controller. Okay, we do not have any methods here. So let's include this. Okay, here and post resource and this anonymous resource collection. So once we save this, so this will return the collection, and we will also have a new function that is to return an individual resource. So this will return me the individual resource. Okay. So now let's create API endpoints for the same. Okay, so let's do that, and so let's go to the api.php file. So it will be in the routes folder. And first let's include product controller over here, the post controller over here. And then what we will do is we'll save this post controller. Now let's create an API. So let's create an API route get. Okay, and fetching the individual products for now. So individual posts for now. So posts. Okay, and so this will be first one, and then the next one. So I'm going to remove these two. Okay, and let's see what we pass into this. Okay, let's go to the controller file back again, and let's see what we pass into the controller. So post resource, no post controller. Okay, we pass the post. Okay, so so I come down here in the api.php file, save this. Now we need to run this command to see if our resources are working. So now let's go to the Postman. Okay, and this is my local URL. So I'm going to say /post/1 to retrieve the individual post. So we need to put the API since it is an API route. So API/post/1. So I'm going to run this now, and this should display me the individual record. You can see that this individual records have been shown now. It's displayed, so it's retrieved. So next what we are going to do is get the collection. So we are going to just say posts over here and send. And you can see that we have the all the posts that are there are retrieved. So these are the total posts, and if I go and preview, you can see all 10 posts have been retrieved. Okay, so I'll pin the links into the comment. So you can go through the Docker setup. I will also post this tutorial link so you can use the commands and run it by yourself. So thank you for watching, guys.